All right, so today I am joined by freelance documentarian and journalist Matt Cullen. How are you doing today?
I'm good. I'm so excited to be here. Thank you for taking time to talk with me.
Of course, I've been looking forward to this. So you are best known for your Wow Presents Plus series, Our Queer Life. So can you begin by telling us more about the series and what viewers can expect?
Yeah, the series, like you said, it's called Our Queer Life, and it is a digital docu-series that really centers on me diving deep into the queer community in a way that I've really never seen done before. I've spent the past a little more than 2 years now, interviewing people from all different walks of life in our community, from ex-Mormons in Salt Lake City to street hustlers in Los Angeles to celebrities like, the Drag Race girls and many other celebrities, and just really learning about the hurdles and the things we've had to go through to live in our authentic truth. So that is really what the series centers on.
Okay, awesome. So what inspired you to showcase these intimate portraits of people in the LGBTQ plus community?
I think just for me, I was just after COVID, I was just had a yearning and a strong desire to really learn about other people in my community, about the other walks of life that they've had to go through in order to live, authentically for themselves. I think for me, I've lived a very thankfully privileged life in the sense that my parents have accepted me since the moment I came out. And I know that's not the case for so many people in our community. And I was just hungry to learn. And I've always been a very, introspective, one-on-one kind of conversation kind of person. And it showed me and it broadened my mind and it just taught me a lot about my community and the strength that we have and the uniqueness that we all have in our community. And it just started from a very organic place, but has just transformed into this thing that's really what I'm eating, breathing, and sleeping, which is this show.
Yeah, awesome. And like you said, you interview celebrities, hustlers, ballroom queens, people living in off-grid communities. So what has it been like for you to connect with these people and build these relationships with them? And do you still keep in contact with some of them?
I talk to all of them. I'm close with every single person that I've had on my show. I take pride in that too because I feel so close to them. Like I in my real life, I'm a very introverted person. So these moments that I have with these people, these intimate conversations that I have with these people, I feel really bonded with them by the end of these conversations. So I love staying in touch with them. And also I do update episodes a lot on the people. So, if fans or, viewers of the show, love a certain person, then, I might touch back in on them in a year from now and kind of see what they're up to now and see so we can kind of all follow their journey.
Yeah.
But it's been just so amazing and it's really changed my life meeting all these people because every time I interview somebody, I feel so inspired. And even if they live a very different life than me, there's so much that I can take away from every time I've talked to somebody, their strength, their resilience, their want for a better life, their hunger for a better life, and just these things that we all can relate to. So, no matter who I've interviewed, I always leave feeling so inspired and feel like my mind has been broadened.
For sure. And is that also what you ultimately hope audiences take away from this series?
Definitely. I definitely think that. I also think that there are so much conversation around our queer community, especially with the trans community these days, and so many people, stigmatizing them and putting, nasty words towards the trans community and just unaware of what a trans person is actually like. So I feel like with my show, I hope that I really show the humanity in people and so that somebody that maybe doesn't have a gay or queer or trans person in their life, they can watch my show and really feel like they relate to the person. And by the end of it, if they're walking down the street and they see somebody else or they have a kid that might come out to them, that
Yeah,
they have learned and they can grow as a person. That's really the goal of the show.
for sure. Great. So whose story would you say I wouldn't say maybe impacted you, but resonated with you the most?
I think me, along with the viewers of the show, if I had to pick somebody, I think it would be this trans woman named Mousy.
Okay.
She is a street hustler in Los Angeles, and she had spent, since 1992, her life in and out of jail, constantly in and out of jail. But what I really loved about her was her resilience and her want to stand up for people in our queer community. So she never allowed anybody to down talk anybody in our community, and she was ready to throw down if and stick up for somebody if somebody
Yeah.
was coming for us because she always said that she thinks that straight people think that gay people and trans people are weak and that we can be the punching bag, and she would not have any of that. And she was really kind of the first person that introduced me into that world of the street hustlers of Los Angeles and into that side of life. And she really trusted me. And she unfortunately passed about I think a year and a half after our first episode. And it's been it's been wild, but I also feel like I really feel her spirit with me as I continue the series, because she always told me, how much how proud she was and how she loved how I portrayed her story onto my channel. And I feel her with me as my series grows, but she's definitely someone that I feel very connected to. And I think my audience felt very connected to her as well.
Yeah, so now you have this show to like dedicate to her memory now.
I really feel like I do. She would always tell me, we're going to do great things together. So much of my life needs to be documented. And I'm so glad that in her final moments of life, I was able to document that, and it has hundreds of thousands of views, and her legacy continues because of the show.
Mm.
But I do feel like, as my show grows and my audience grows and my stories grow, like she's with me, and she's helping pioneer that for me. So I feel really grateful.
She's guiding you through this. Yes, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Do you believe there's more of an urgency to highlight queer stories these days?
I do. And I think that my show, it didn't come from a place of feeling like that. But, as I've been putting episodes out and I've been seeing the reactions of people, I put out an episode with maybe a trans sex worker, and people are shocked because the person is composed, and she's an entrepreneur, and she's, so much of what we all have. And I think people have this miss idea of who somebody is. And so I think, especially now with everything going on with the laws and stuff in Florida, I just did an episode with this trans lady in Florida who has spent a lot of her life incarcerated, but she's really turned her life around now. And she makes a little bit of money on TikTok, but she's still living out of a hotel because she can't get a job in Florida because, first, she's trans, and second, of her incarceration past. And so, highlighting the stories and showing that people need second chances, and, that we are all so much more alike than somebody would think. I think it's so important to show these stories and to show the humanity of people in my community. That's really the goal.
For sure, definitely. So how many seasons and episodes are there of Our Queer Life right now?
There's one on Wow Presents Plus, and then I also put out episodes every single week on YouTube. So
Okay.
there's over 100 episodes now, and just constantly, I'm probably like 3 months more of episodes that are coming out, that are already backlogged. But
Um,
yeah.
nice, nice. Did you always have a passion or desire to become a documentarian and journalist?
I think that I did, but I didn't know that I did. I've always been, since high school, I've always loved those intimate conversations. I group situations can make me very nervous, but a one-on-one conversation where I can ask somebody questions. I've always been so curious about somebody's life and about what makes them happy and what makes them sad and what makes them, find strength in their darkest of days. Like, that's always been something that I have had in me since I was a child. And, I came out to LA to be a filmmaker and also to act. And so I feel like it just kind of, everything that I've loved kind of like melded into this, and it all makes so much sense when I look back on my life and I see, the trajectory. I see that I was meant to be doing this.
You're doing this, yeah, for sure. So in
Yeah.
addition to Our Queer Life, what other series are you currently working on?
I mean, this takes up so much of my time. So, that's been, a big thing. But I do scripted content as well. I have a series coming out with Kiki Palmer and my best friend that I co-created, which will be on Key TV, which is her platform for her digital content. So I do some scripted stuff, and, pitching shows and getting an opportunity now to get into bigger rooms and to try to take this show into even to a bigger platform and maybe a streamer of some sort, and just kind of riding this wave and letting the audience grow and seeing what opportunities come from this.
Yeah, for sure. Don't you also do a series where you like inside drag queens' homes, like you did the one with Latrice and Aja and all that?
Yes, that's part of our career life. So it doesn't live on WoW Presents Plus, but it lives on my YouTube channel. But yeah, I do a lot with drag. I mean, I love drag queens so much, and it's such a part of our community, So it's been really fun. Yeah, I've done with Aja, I've done with Kylie Sneak Love, I've done Eureka O'Hara, Latrice Royale. Yeah, a lot of queens, but that's part of the show.
Okay, awesome. And I think that's kind of even better now with like all the anti-drag bans that are happening right now. You're highlighting these queens in this way. So yeah, kudos to you for that. I love it.
Thank you. Yeah, I feel honored that they trust me to share their stories and, the way I shape their stories. I take so much pride in making sure that the subjects I have on my episodes love the way I portray their story, because it's so honest and intimate, and we get so, real, that I really want to make sure that my people in my episodes feel proud of the way that I portrayed their story.
For sure. You're humanizing them and you're showing them a different light that many other people don't see.
Yeah, that's really the goal. So thank you for saying that. Yeah.
Of course. So what more do you hope to accomplish with your career and platform?
Oh my gosh. I mean, as of right now, I'm just really trying to ride the momentum and just continue growing my audience and growing my channel. And, of course, I would love, a show on Netflix or a show on HBO or, whatever, like anybody else would, but as of now, I'm just really enjoying connecting with my people on my show and also with my audience. And, hearing from my audience or hearing from, moms that reach out to me and said that their son just came out and they didn't know how to handle it. They didn't know how they felt. And now they watched my series and they feel like they understand more and that they want to be there for the child, or stories about people that felt that live in a small town in the middle of United States and they have no other people in their life that they can relate to, and they watch my show because it makes them feel seen and it makes them feel heard. And those are the kind of messages that really keep me going, and just enjoying this process of just growing the YouTube channel and just reaching so many people. The power of YouTube is wild, and you can reach so many people on YouTube,
Mm,
oftentimes more than you can on a normal streamer. So
yeah.
it's been really rewarding to just put my work out there and to hear from, the world really what it means to them.
For sure, definitely. All right, Matt. Well, how can one stay up to date with you?
You could follow me on Instagram at Matt Cullen, MattCullen, and just find me on YouTube. You could just type in my name or type in the show Our Queer Life, and you will find me there too.
Right, perfect. Then before we wrap up, are there any other upcoming projects or anything else you would like to mention or plug at this time?
No, just stay up to date on my YouTube channel. I post everything there every week. There's an episode coming out on Sunday that I'm really excited about, and every Sunday there'll be new material. So if
That's
if you
cool.
just want to subscribe, yeah, that's the best way to keep in touch.
All right, fantastic.